I don't think how much my parents understand the pressure that they're kind of putting on me. It's just, I don't think how long I'll be able to handle it. And one of the things I will say is, I don't think my parents, and I don't think any parents of my generation truly understands what's going on in the world. They don't understand the level of AI. They don't understand the level of jobs being replaced and like everything being turned over by AI and like other forces. I don't think they understand the seriousness of it. You know, Growing up, we are expected to go to school. We are expected to go to college, and then after college, we're expected to do what? Get a job. And it's just like it gets to a point where you don't know like it just makes me understand that in life or in my life they're gonna be always after something. They're gonna always expect something. They're gonna always expect a job, marriage, kids, this, that, and it's never gonna end. And so right now what I'm going through is I finished college a couple of weeks ago, and now my parents are like, okay, try to get a job. And then also I was like, and then what is it about masters after, and it gets to a point where it kind of gets like kind of exhausting, because it's just like I thought it was finished with college. I thought it was, you know and you kind of start thinking that way. It's just like you kind of start thinking like, when is it actually going to end? When are they actually going to stop expecting things of me and let me live my own life? And and the only tangible solutions that I've kind of found for this is, number one, just start saying no. Especially if when you come from a culture where no is taken as like a fucking offense or something. It's just like, just say no. If you are, if you don't like, if you're that afraid of your parents, start saying no in small things. you know if they ask you to do something and you're busy, just say I'm busy, or and I think these kind of incremental steps kind of adds up pretty quick, and it kind of gives you kind of that entry level into, when they ask you of bigger things, you can actually stand up and say, no, this is not what I want to do. I want to do X. And another, I guess, solution is to understand that they're always going to expect something. And always understand that they're always going to expect something of you, but regardless, you do the work. Regardless, you kind of know what you want. Regardless, you kind of know where you're going. And I'm not saying have everything figured out, but if you can, like, work on something, anything, it's just better doing nothing. It's just so much better than doing nothing and just bumming around. I think like those are the only two tangible solutions that I can find, and that's something that you can do by yourself, these two things. And the last thing would probably be finding people who support you in this journey, because you can't do this by yourself. You need friends, you need other people with you to help you, to kind of talk, that you can talk to, and you can kind of explain yourself, and they will understand you. They don't have to fully understand you, but just somebody who you can kind of lean on when things get hard. I think it's super helpful, and something that I've been doing, these three things, and it's been helping me. It's been being putting things into perspective, and the whole goal, remember, here is to live your own life, is to be your own man, live your own life. And because think about it, right? Because if you follow what your parents are saying, right, and you obey everything that their parents are saying, even though it's not something that you want to do, think about in the future, what's gonna happen. You're gonna start hating them. You're gonna start telling them, this is your fault that I didn't get here, this is your fault that I didn't get there. And so much better than that is to just have a small embarrassing moment where you say no, or where you say, this is my life and I want to live it X way, in an X way. It might save you so much trouble in the future. It might save you a lot of, you know bickering and arguing and resentment and hate. And that's one of the things you don't want, is to hold on to hate or hold on to resentment, because that's the worst thing that you can do to your own parents. That's all. Goodbye.